Good evening, Linda and Corey. Here's your sewer scope from today. I apologize for the slow start to the video. This is me. I'm just trying to get oriented there, so I'm a little bit off. That's just kind of showing you around, giving you an idea of where we're at in the basement, letting you know that we're actually in the basement in question. That's that access point, that clean out cap. Still trying to get myself situated. Cast iron pipe to start out with. Little connector here. There we go. And now we're into cast iron. Typical corrosion. In certain areas of the pipe, you have a greater and lesser degrees of buildup in the bottom of the pipe. I would say in this section, the initial section, there's a lot of scaling going on with the pipe, and there's some buildup right there. But cast iron pipe corrodes on the inside, so it gets very rough, it gets flaky. Periodically, you want to descale the pipe. If you look at the right side of the picture, let's say 4 o'clock on the picture, that's actually the bottom of the pipe, so the wider area. That's cooking fat, bacon grease, organic matter, whatever, that's built up, congealed on the bottom of the pipe. That should get removed. Now we're switching into a smoother pipe. Concrete would be my guess. Has all the telltale signs of being a fortified concrete pipe. What I can't see, here's a connection point. That might be a gasket there. Hard to tell. One way or another. There's another connection point up ahead where it looks like there may have been root growth that had been trimmed or cut previously. Another connection point there. So this is the connection point that I was talking about. See around the edges, that might have been old root growth that was previously trimmed or cut out. Hard to tell. Like we discussed earlier today, if this is concrete, typically the newer concrete pipe that we see has a rubber gasket at the hub connection points between two sections. I don't see that here. It's quite possible that it could be. Now we're going to go slight downturn here, so we're starting to move down towards the city connection. Here's the roots. Right at about 90 feet, we've got some root growth. Pulling back, I don't see any damage at the top of the pipe, or so that would be like, say, between 6 and noon on 6 and 12 on the pipe, right? So the left side of the pipe. I didn't see any damage, just that root growth, which is odd, because if they had cleaned the pipe, why would that section be remain there? Why would that have been missed? Again, a little bit of buildup at the bottom of the pipe. Nothing terribly crazy. And then here we are. So right 114 feet out to the city connection. All in all, not a bad pipe. Just needs to be cleaned. And then what I'm going to recommend is that come back once the pipe is clean. And I don't think necessarily that you need to do it on day one. Perhaps sometime in the first year of ownership, have the pipe cleaned, right? And then figure out a length of time that you're comfortable with. It could be another year, it could be a year and a half. Come back and see what the pipe looks like. See if you do have more root growth coming in. Seeing if it's coming in at other joint connections other than that at 90 degrees or 90 foot spot, excuse me. And then, that way you kind of get a feel for how quickly those roots are going to propagate back into the pipe. That would be my recommendation. But look through the written report, read through it, and then reach back out to me if you have any questions. I'm obviously keeping the camera rolling as I'm pulling back. You're welcome to watch the return journey here if you want to watch the way back. Reach out to me if you have questions. I'm always willing to be a resource if I can be.